Okay, we're doing round 2 here because when I was streaming before on Instagram and Facebook decided to cut out. So I've done an Instagram live, so if you're on Instagram, this is going to be a very similar video that I did there, although it's only going to be there for 24 hours, I believe. So if you're joining me here, welcome. I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes for people to join in. As you're joining in, say hello. Tell me where you're at, how you're doing, what's your status quo like today, how are you feeling? Hello, Robert, welcome. Great to have you here. Just giving it a few more moments, guys, and then I'm gonna start to share my thoughts. And, if you're joining in, this is a good time to get support right now. I'm here, I'm available. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Vanessa Petronelli, and I'm a life coach, a spiritual teacher, and a speaker. I've been doing this work for over 11 years. I more specifically work with entertainment industry professionals, celebrities, influencers, creative type people. But over the course of my 11-year career, I have worked with many people from all walks of life. So, I've had the privilege and the honor of connecting with people worldwide and supporting them on their paths, in their development, in their ascension. And really my goal is to help awaken Hollywood so that we can awaken the masses from there. More individuals, more people in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry who are awake, who are on this path, who are doing their transformational and personal development work. Once they are really embodied in that, imagine what becomes possible through that industry. And we know that that industry needs some help. So that's where I come in, and I'm in that because I was in that industry for 10 years myself. So a little bit of a background about me. So why I say all of that, and hello to all of you. I'm going to come back and I'm going to say hi in just a moment. I just want to, encourage those of you who are joining me here now to come with some questions, get support. This is me being of service to you and coming on here. It's been a little while since I've done a Facebook video. And to be perfectly honest, I've been going through a major transformation, probably for about the last 8 or 9 months. And although I'm posting and I'm active in here, really, I've been undergoing my own process in all of this. And truthfully, I actually think that I was going through a major identity shift and shedding and this huge transformation within my own self during this entire time period in preparation for these unprecedented times that we're going through. And actually, I think I've been, as many of you may feel this, we've been preparing for this most of our lives. This is a major global event, as we all know, and pandemic. And although I'm not going to be, going necessarily into all of the details and the information of what we're hearing, I think that there's news outlets and lots of people talking about that. I definitely want to share some of my thoughts of what I've been noticing and what's been coming up for me over the last week in lockdown, and what's been helping me get through this, and my clients, and also, of course, supporting you in this. So if you're here, say hello. I'm just gonna welcome Bonnie here and Kayleen. Natalie, you're so sweet. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot. Rushi, welcome. And Adriana, welcome. Angie, it's good to have you guys here. So start to think about your questions. And in the meantime, I'm gonna, start to share some of my thoughts. So when all of this started to really happen here in North America, the trigger point for me was I've been watching what's been going on for several months, since January, actually. And my parents back home in Canada were very much on top of that and reminding both my husband, Jeffrey, and I to stay in the loop about what was happening. And late last year, I started to notice this internal feeling that something really big was about to happen on the planet. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know whether it was going to be a positive thing or a not so positive thing. I just knew that something was coming. And of course, this is what it is. And, I've been tracking it for a while, but what really shifted for me and caused a total pattern interrupt in my life, as I'm sure maybe for many of you too, and you can tell me if this was your experience or not, was really when Italy went into lockdown. Now, I have family in Italy, in Rome to be exact, and they were going about their business on a regular, I think it was like a Tuesday afternoon, Monday or Tuesday afternoon, and my family happened to have gone shopping that day and brought home a few extra groceries, and had a neighbor even question why they were bringing home groceries in at that level. And they said, well, this is everything that's going on in the world right now. And hours later they were on lockdown, in isolation, quarantined in their home. And I don't have to talk about what's happening over there. I'm sure most of you are aware. It's catastrophic. It's deeply heartbreaking, and really fucking scary, if I'm just gonna be blunt. And that for me was kind of like a big kind of internal wake up of like, holy shit, this is a big deal. We're starting to see more countries, not just China, going into lockdown and starting to see this crisis expand. And I was also tracking what was happening in China and watching some horrific and traumatic videos of people being pulled out of their homes and doors being welded shut and people crying out for help, pleading for help. And man, here we were in North America and in America, where I'm living in Southern California, and just kind of going about our daily business. And what is so interesting about this situation is that usually there's events in the world that affect a country or a nation or a certain continent, but nothing that affects the world in this way. There's been nothing that's happened in, my lifetime and in the course of many of your lifetimes to this degree that's affected all of the planet. So something shifted for me, and I noticed and felt like, wow, this is a big thing. This is not something that we can turn our blind eye to anymore. And for me, what started to happen was this feeling of being in my